For a little while now, I've been working on a new how-to guide, and this one is titled Child Abuse and Neglect: How to Heal from Child Abuse and Neglect. And this is a how-to guide that I've been thinking about writing for many months. Before I put the how-to guide on self-love and self-worth together, I also had this one in mind, but I decided to write that one first. And now this new how-to guide is just about finished. It's just being edited, and I wanted to talk about the book and what is contained in the book. And so now I'm going to read off the content section as it currently looks. Now, of course, it starts off with an introduction. Then I go into some of the symptoms that someone can have if they were abused and neglected. I talk about the early experiences they may have had. And after this, I go into the meaning that was made. And reaching out to your parents is another chapter, very important chapter, this one. And then I go into one good parent, one bad parent. And this is also another very important area. After this, I go into step 1, which is external support. Step 2 is about healing your trauma. Step 3 goes into emotional work. Step 4, self-forgiveness. Step 5, reconnecting with yourself. Step 6 is all about developing self-worth. Step 7 is all about developing, or should I say, how to develop boundaries. Step 8 goes into developing self-worth, self-love, Step 9 goes into developing a new relationship with your needs. Step 10 is about meditation. Step 11 is about journaling. And then there's additional suggestions. And after this, I go into a higher perspective. So a different look at child abuse and neglect. And then finishes with an afterword and obviously acknowledgements. So I've packed in so many different areas, as you can tell from what I've read out, because I wanted to get everything in here. When it comes down to the symptoms, of course, there can be myriad of symptoms, so it's hard to get everyone in there. And the same with the early experiences. It's very hard to completely map out how someone's early years were. As I see it, it's like trying to put a puzzle together, but you don't know where the bits are. You don't even know completely what the puzzle looks like. So no matter how much information someone can get hold of and what they can connect to, they're probably never going to be able to completely piece together what took place during the early years. But when it comes down to these how-to guides and the one we're talking about now, it's always been about solutions and how someone can move forward. So of course, you're not going to be, if you were to invest in this book, you're not going to be investing in it because you necessarily want to find out about your symptoms or early experiences. Most likely, because it's a how-to guide, you're going to want to find out what you can do to move forward. So I've done my best to lay everything out here, and I think that if you are looking to move forward, if you're not in a good way now, right now, I believe you will greatly benefit from this how-to guide, and this will probably be out towards the end of the month now. End of the month, maybe the beginning of next month, because sometimes the cover can take quite a long time to be created. but it will be out very soon. So please look out for this book on Amazon, because that's where it will be sold as a paperback and Kindle. So keep your eyes peeled for this release.